You like a you'll put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Hold on to your seats because the streets are on fire right now. Explosive new court records just shook the world. And baby, it looks like Big Meech might be the real snitch in the Cuffy case. And you better believe 50 Cent is not letting this slide. Oh no, he's coming for Meek with everything he's got. These leaked affidavits don't beat around the bush either. They straight up spelled out Meek's full role in this messy situation, word for word. But Big Meech, he's standing 10 toes down, swearing there's no real evidence linking him to any snitching. None still. The streets are buzzing like crazy, and we're about to break it all down. Every accusation, every court document, every jaw-dropping detail fueling this drama. So let's talk about it.
Privileged to what's called the affidavit in support of the wiretaps.
Okay.
It's like 3 affidavits. In those affidavits, it tells Meech's full.
In this absolute madhouse of a video, 50 Cent flat out calls Big Meech a rat. And honestly, the snitching drama completely wiped out every single headline from last October. You know, when Meek walked free early from prison, shocking everyone. But baby, that happiness didn't last. 2 days, just 2 days, after Meek got that sweet taste of freedom, his longtime friend and former business partner Diane Gatlin, aka Cuffy, came out swinging. Cuffy dropped bombshell after bombshell, claiming Meek ratted him out to shave time off his own sentence. He wasn't holding his tongue either. He basically screamed, "Meek flipped on me to save himself. Now throw 50 Cent into the mix and honey, it's full-blown chaos." Meech clapped back, 50 clapped harder, and the drama exploded to levels nobody was ready for. The streets haven't been this loud in a long time.
Never. You told Tammy to tell me.
Once tight like brothers, Big Meech and 50 Cent's friendship is officially dead and buried, and it's ugly. Things hit DEFCON 1 when 50 Cent torched Meech on Instagram on February 3rd, 2025, calling him out for allegedly snitching and teasing that he's dropping a tell-all documentary that's gonna spill everything. But there's even more tea brewing. Before 50 went nuclear, Big Meech was caught on camera cozying up to 50's sworn enemy, Rick Ross, at a Welcome Home Meek concert promotion. Big Meech and Rick Ross were side by side hyping up a massive arena concert set for February 13th at Amaranth Bank Arena, with a star-studded lineup like Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Moneybagg Yo, Kodak Black, and Boozy. If that wasn't messy enough, Rick Ross himself planned to hit the stage and perform BMF in Meek's honor, basically stomping all over 50 Cent's legacy. But just as the hype was peaking, boom, 50 Cent dropped his bombshell snitching accusations. Even though there wasn't solid proof yet, the internet went wild. Then, a court document leaked on social media suggesting that Meek had even brought in Tammy Cowan to spy on Cuffy, allegedly setting up a calculated play to save himself from doing heavy time. Allegedly. The streets split in half, Meek loyalists versus Schrutz, 50 Cent's army, and the whole thing turned into an absolute war zone. According to court documents, Tammy Cowan was pulled into the game by none other than Big Meech himself. Supposedly, she was tasked with moving illegal products through Cuffy, all under Meech orders. But the twist? Tammy flipped too and started feeding everything to the feds. And now, Tammy's reportedly working with 50 Cent on a brutal, no-holds-barred documentary that's about to drag everyone, and I mean everyone, through the mud. The betrayal, next level. The irony, off the charts. And trust me, the tea is only going to get hotter.
You want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which direct?
Meanwhile, while Meek is scrambling, 50 Cent is straight up clowning him on social media. Hours after branding Meek a snitch, 50 took it even further, posting a wild video of himself shoving Meek's head toward a known snitch as a big fat joke. The shade, immaculate. In the caption, 50 even teased that he and Tammy were cooking up something major for that documentary, then later deleted the post like the king of petty he is. And let's not forget, Big Meech linking up with Rick Ross. That wasn't just a collaboration, that was a full betrayal in 50's eyes. And the fans, they're split right down the middle. Some are screaming, 50's just bitter. Others are like, nah, 50's got the receipts. And honestly, the way 50's been dropping clues, we might be about to see some serious evidence that flips everything upside down.
Shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. We're playing with dude. You know?
Things went from bad to worse when Rick Ross jumped into the mess. After 50 blasted Meek, Rick Ross wasted no time hitting Instagram Live to clown 50 Cent like there was no tomorrow. Ross even pulled out an old photo of himself and 50, fake cried, and slid down the wall like he was auditioning for a BET drama. Straight up trolling. And Ross didn't stop there. Days later, he went live again, this time dragging 50's BMF series through the mud, calling it trash and teasing that he might snatch up the whole BMF wave for himself. Oh, and get this, Ross wasn't just talking, he started name-dropping Hollywood heavyweights like Quentin Tarantino, Antoine Fuqua, and F. Gary Gray, basically hinting he's about to launch his own BMF movie or show. Now that's how you throw a punch. While Ross was clowning 50, young buck, 50's old nemesis slithered into the drama too. He posted a video with a smug smirk, shouting out Big Meech and slipping a shady warning aimed right at 50 Cent. The message? Buck is riding with Meech, period. And that's when Big Meech finally broke his silence. In a calm but bold Instagram video, Meech said he's never folded, never snitched, and never will. He stood firm, promoting his big comeback concert at Amaranth Arena and inviting everyone to pull up and show love, but baby, 50 Cent was ready. He fired back, again, dragging Meech's words through the mud, playing his video in the background while debunking everything point by point. The tension? Electric. The fans losing their minds. And 50 wasn't done. When Meek hyped his comeback concert, 50 threw savage shade. Y'all gonna be mad when Lil Baby don't show up? And even if he wanted to, he can't leave the house. Because apparently Meek had legal restrictions, meaning, surprise, he might not even be allowed to show up at his own show. 50 didn't miss a beat. Hey, Mark, there won't even be a loud scream. Dude can't leave after 6 p.m., but hey, y'all do what y'all want. And then, when last-minute drama shut the concert down completely, 50 Cent got the last laugh. He didn't even have to say much, just a few petty posts, and the internet did the rest. The flames were unstoppable, but trust, 50 still wasn't finished. He dropped an audio recording where Blue Da Vinci, another former BMF insider, said Tammy Cowens has documents and wiretaps on Meek. While Meek was still reeling from his canceled concert, 50 was stacking more receipts. At this point, it wasn't just a feud. It was a straight-up assassination of Big Meech's reputation. And the real question, echoing through every street corner, every barbershop, every Instagram comment was, is Big Meech really a snitch? Because the way 50's playing it, he's about to make sure the world believes he is.
Never told. Never told. You told Tammy to tell.
The streets have been buzzing nonstop about these Big Meech snitching rumors. But real talk, up until now, there wasn't any solid proof. Just whispers, drama, and a whole lot of he said, she said. But baby, one newly surfaced court document might have just flipped the entire script. And it's not just some random leak either. This record lays it all out, plain and ugly, connecting every player caught up in this messy game. According to the paperwork, Demetrius, Big Meek Flannery, Dion Cuffy Gatling, and Fidel Suarez were deep in a drug distribution conspiracy. Suarez? He was allegedly running a trucking company in California, the perfect cover for moving major weight. Cuffy? He was knee-deep in the St. Louis branch of BMF, allegedly helping push product across state lines. And Meek? Oh honey, he was named loud and clear as the national boss of the entire BMF scheme. Names, roles, operations, everything spelled out black and white. This ain't no rumor anymore. It's starting to look very real. But wait, it gets even messier. The docs say Meek wasn't just the connector. He also introduced everyone to someone only listed as CS1, a confidential source. Now that's suspicious. And just when it couldn't get any crazier, a shocking audio clip of Cuffy's daughter, Tamara Len Gatling, hit social media. And she did not hold back.
The privilege to what's called the affidavit in support of the Wildcats.
Okay.
It's like 3 affidavits. In those affidavits, it tells Meech's full.
In the clip, Tamara straight up accused Big Meek's wife of helping set up her dad, helping him catch a heavier sentence so that Meek could benefit. Yes, you heard that right. Betrayal on a family level. Tamara wasn't just emotional, she was fed up. She pointed out how their families were tied for over 30 years, practically family. And to see Meek turn on them, it cut deep. According to Tamara, back in 2011, Meek approached Cuffy with the idea of turning the BMF story into a movie. You know, cashing in on the legend. And guess who Meek introduced Cuffy to at that exact moment? Tammy Cowens. And the kicker? Tammy had Meek's power of attorney while he was locked up. She wasn't just a middlewoman. She was the puppet master handling everything for Meek while he sat in prison. Tamara laid it out plain. Tammy was the one controlling every conversation, every move, every deal between Cuffy and Meek. And when Cuffy eventually got arrested in 2014, the feds already knew way too much.
I'm making this recording in regards to my dad. He's Dion Gatling. Most people know him as Cuffy. But I wanted to make this recording so I can shed light on some facts. My dad was set up by one of his best friends, which is Demetrius Flannery. also known as Big Meech.
It wasn't just random evidence either. The discovery, the legal file where prosecutors hand over everything they have, was so detailed, so personal, that it became obvious someone close flipped, and Tamara said it loud. That person? Tammy Cowens. That bombshell set the internet on fire. Fans, bloggers, even OG started asking, was Tammy playing double agent all along? Because listen, even though becoming a government informant is dangerous, hearing Tammy, someone who had Meech's trust for years, might have turned. That hit hard. Music exec Whack 100 even jumped into the conversation, saying he wasn't surprised at all by Tammy's alleged betrayal. And he hinted that Tammy had not one but two big reasons for flipping, though he kept those cards close to his chest for now. At this point, the whispers became a roar. Everybody wanted to know, what were Tammy's real motives? Was she working both sides from the start? Was this whole thing a setup? And guess what? Tammy wasn't just spilling to the feds, she was handing the golden keys to 50 Cent.
My dad received the discovery. He knew exactly who CS1 was, and he told me and my mom that it was Tammy Cowens.
According to Whack 100, 50 Cent had been patiently collecting receipts for years, just waiting for Meech to slip, and the second Big Meech publicly linked up with Rick Ross. Boom. 50 unleashed everything. Social media spiraled out of control. Fans, celebrities, hip-hop insiders, everybody had an opinion and no one could agree. Some people swore Meech would never snitch, blaming Tammy for everything. Others said Meech absolutely used Tammy to protect himself and needed to be held accountable. Meanwhile, Cuffy wasn't letting the noise drown out his truth. Despite the hate, he kept speaking out, making sure everyone heard his side. Earlier this February, even while still behind bars, Cuffy hopped on a live call with Blue Da Vinci to spill everything. He explained the whole third-party cooperation deal, how it started, how it fell apart, and who was behind the betrayal. But then Blue Da Vinci asked the million-dollar question. If Meek really cooperated, why did he still end up doing all that time? That's when it got even uglier. Cuffy claimed Tammy Cowens was allegedly having a messy affair with a DEA agent, Keith Cromer, who was supposedly her original federal handler. According to Cuffy, that scandal wrecked everything and destroyed any deal Meech may have had on the table. In the end, Meech didn't get his sentence cut like he wanted. Cuffy said the betrayal blew up everyone's lives, leaving him stuck behind bars, while Meech still found a way to shave years off his time. Cuffy himself pled guilty to 2 gun charges just to dodge 2 murder charges hanging over his head, but still got slapped with a brutal 27-year sentence. It was official, stamped by U.S. Attorney Jeff Jensen in 2019. Cuffy was labeled a threat to the justice system, and he walked away smiling.
Was called a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowens signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. Plain and simple.
Then there's the dirt on Special Agent Keith Cromeker. He admitted to having an emotional relationship with Tammy Cowens. No sex, allegedly, but come on now. Still, the scandal cost him big time. He was fired after investigators found shady $212,000, 0 cents payments tied to Cowens. Scandal after scandal after scandal. Meanwhile, on June 14th, 2021, Big Meech scored a huge win. U.S. District Judge David M. Lawson agreed to shave 3 years off his prison sentence. And that sent fresh shockwaves through the streets, because while Cuffy sat rotting in a cell, Meech was out here winning appeals. 50 Cent noticed, and he was not about to let it slide. After Boozy made some comments backing Meech, 50 Cent clapped back hard on Instagram, before deleting it, of course. He played a video of Boozy crying and shaded him hard, claiming, "I did more for Meech than anybody in his life." Ode. And 50 wasn't finished stirring the pot. He dropped even more bombshells, claimed he had to personally send Lil Meek to rehab during BMF filming, hinted that Big Meek might have encouraged his son's wild spending out of jealousy, alleged that while Meek was locked up, 50 helped the Flannery family make millions, said he personally invested $5 million, 0 cents, and that Lil Meek blew through it before Big Meek even got out. Y'all. This drama is beyond messy. It's nuclear. 50 even accused Big Meek of rocking Lil Meek's jewelry, trying too hard to stay relevant in a game that passed him by. And just when you thought it was cooling off, 50 dropped a cryptic Instagram message. "Don't push me. I'm calm now, but my show got canceled too. If that's not a warning shot, I don't know what is, Big Meech." He's mostly stayed quiet, but trust, it's taking everything in 50 Cent's soul not to drag him all over again. And with 50's explosive documentary still cooking behind the scenes, it's only a matter of time before the next bomb drops. The real question is, are we about to witness the final fall of Big Meech's legendary name? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button, share this tea with your people, and don't forget to subscribe. This saga is far from over. Catch y'all in the next one. Over. Catch y'all in the next one. Over.